Fall is all about carving pumpkins and color tours, but it's also a time when we rewatch our classic horror flick jams. It's become customary to watch or replay some of the greatest jump scares and gross outs. And if you care enough about horror films, you can't help but develop a deep respect for the women of the genre. In this video, we will talk about the 9 greatest scream queens in our favorite horror flicks. Before we get started, please like and subscribe to our channel. DeeWallace. DeeWallace is known for her role as Elliot's mother in the 80s flick E.T. If you've seen any horror movies from the late 1970s or the 1980s, you'll know she's a key figure in the horror genre. She began her string of roles with 1977's The Hills Have Eyes and appeared in such masterpieces as The Howling, Cujo, and Critters. DeeWallace has never stopped working, appearing in everything from Jeepers Creepers, Reborn, to the NBC TV series Grimm. Maika Monroe. Maika Monroe has become one of the most reliable horror actors. In It Follows from 2014, she plays a woman who spends the movie eluding an unknown force that pursues her relentlessly. In addition to other indie films like The Guest and 2 movies this year, The Watcher and Significant Other, she has stayed true to the genre while making wise decisions in portraying highly compelling characters. Mia Goth. Another contemporary horror face is actress Mia Goth, who inspires directors to create scenes with highly dark overtones that use her cartoonish features. Director T. West built a whole horror trilogy around her with the films X, Pearl, and the forthcoming Maxine. She bravely accepted a part in the Luca Guadagnino's Suspiria adaptation and created incredibly compelling characters in The Survivalist and A Cure for Wellness. Naomi Watts. In Mulholland Drive, released in 2001, Naomi Watts aided David Lynch in exposing the dreadful underbelly of Hollywood. The next year, she was cast as the tormented protagonist of The Ring, an English translation of the Japanese horror series. Watts is a capable lady who is drawn into panic, and she persuades us to join her. She's another actress with a talent for bringing the heightened realism of horror films down to earth with her gravity and facial expressions. Heather Langenkamp. Freddy Krueger's adversary Nancy Thompson in the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise is the VIP in the genre for co-founding the special effects studio AFX Studio. You can find Heather has significantly influenced the horror we've seen on screen since the 1980s, both in front of and behind the camera. You can also catch her on screen in the Netflix Michael Flanagan series, The Midnight Club. Sarah Michelle Gellar. The late 1990s through the early 2000s, horror served as Sarah Michelle Gellar's playground. As the chosen one, she confronted evil in Sunnydale, California. Sarah Michelle Gellar experienced all the cliches and metaphors of horror as the protagonist of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. As she battled both the supernatural and serial killers, she entertained a whole new generation of horror fans with I Know What You Did Last Summer in Scream 2 in 1997 and The Grudge in 2004. Neve Campbell. In 1996, the horror genre received an adrenaline boost in Scream, directed by Wes Craven and starring Neve Campbell as the title character Sidney Prescott. Throughout the 1990s and 2000s, she emerged as the franchise's and the genre's resurgence's face. Campbell has been in the lead role in 5 Scream movies over 25 years, solidifying her status as one of the genre's grand dame actors. And she is aware of her value because Campbell declined to return for the last Scream sequel. After all, it has been rumored the company was underpaying the Scream Queen. Janet Leigh. With 1960s Psycho and Marion Crane's horrific knife attack in the shower, Alfred Hitchcock launched a brand new age of terror. Actress Janet Leigh served as one of his muses and personified the cold, menacing femme fatale. Her brutal murder by Anthony Perkins' Norman Bates profoundly altered the genre's strength and how we feel about showers. Leigh's performance is credited with literally creating the slasher subgenre. Jamie Lee Curtis. Jamie Lee Curtis, born into horror royalty, has taken up her mother's legacy and run with it since she appeared on Halloween in 1978. Curtis established the model for the lady who was followed tenaciously by the devil himself, but never gave up as the girl next door Laurie Strode. She appeared in several horror classics from the early 1980s, including Prom Night and The Fog. What did you think of our list? Comment in the section below of any other Scream Queens you think should be on our list. We're trying to make it to our next subscriber milestone, so please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for our next video. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.